recording, and I'm going to let everyone know. Okay.
No finessing.
Do you go by Billy or Bill?
Billy.
Billy.
Yeah, I'm the only 59-year-old Billy you're ever going to meet in your life.
Billy West, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Are you ready?
Yes.
Hey there, I'm Angie Alex with the Backstage Beat. I'm sitting here with Billy West. We're going to chit-chat, see what happens, see what kind of things we can come up with.
How's that? No.
That was good. Okay,
Yeah,
Billy.
it was good.
Billy, tell me about yourself. Tell me.
What would you like to know?
Everything.
Everything? Let's see. I got my first beating in utero. No, I'm just kidding. Sorry. No, I was a musician before I was anything else.
Really?
Yeah.
What did you play?
Guitar. I'm a better musician than I am at what I do here. I hardly get to revisit it.
Do you currently play? Do you play in a band? Like
I play in my
secret?
room all the time.
Do you?
Yeah, until 3 in the morning, until my eyes are plaid. I don't do drugs, but I wander out of there looking stoned because they call improvising hobnobbing with the gods.
It absolutely is. You know, mostly I interview a lot of musicians. That's how the Backstage Beat started. Was we covered concerts from the backstage point of view.
Mm-hmm.
So I've interviewed a lot of musicians. So that's fascinating to me. Guitar.
Yeah, and I wanted to be the best guitar player in the world, and it didn't work out like that. They took away my spandex license in '78.
Oh, 78 was it really?
Yeah.
Wow. And you haven't got it back because spandex is it's all coming back around.
You know what? I would like to run around with no clothes. I started not wearing underwear like a bunch of years ago.
Commando, they call that, huh? Commando style?
I call it just a restriction, freedom. But
so currently, what you're telling me, you're not wearing underwear.
But I used to screw around on stage. That's true. I used to screw around on stage doing voices and noises. Like when I was a little kid, I used to do that, and all I ever got was, "Can you not do that?" Or they'd have the piano up, and I would come over and I would want to play, and I was like, "Kang, can you not do that?" And that's all I ever got. So I was dying to express myself.
Yeah.
When I was a little kid, I had an imaginary friend. I used to create voices for all these little characters and everything that I would have. Like if you got a bag of wax figures or something.
Yeah.
Little army men or whatever. And so I was dying to express myself, and I got a trumpet when I was about 8, and I could play trumpet. And then I started playing guitar in 1961, and I had my first band in '66.
What was it called?
The Rebellion.
The Rebellion, yes.
Yeah, our fists were shaking at some generic authority, It's always been like that.
That's awesome.
Yeah, and then I got out of the business in '81 because I wanted to do something different, and I was trying some comedy on stage. And the things I had written were not anything to scream about. All my best friends were like the best comics in Boston, however.
Oh, this is Boston.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Heard of it?
Let me think. Let me see it. It's up a little bit on that big thing called a map, right?
Yeah.
So, I think I have.
Hemispheres.
It rings a bell.
So all this was going on, and on stage when we had amplifier trouble or you broke a string, I didn't know what to do, and I didn't want to lose the crowd, so I would start like screwing around and doing stuff, and it led me to do comedy. But the stuff that I had written was hardly funny. It was when I ran out of stuff to say, is when I could be free.
Right.
I was unrestricted, and but the voices, people used to go nuts over that. The room would light up when I started doing the voices. So I said, well, maybe that's what I really should be doing. And at the very same time, a friend of mine had a cassette tape that I had done with all kinds of crazy stuff on it, and he gave it to the Morning Man on the biggest FM station in Boston. And that guy heard it and invited me to come in. I went in for nothing, and then I'd go work my job in Harvard Square. I sold used guitars and amps.
Cool.
And then I played music at night, because at that time I scaled down. We were playing in lounges. But the lounges weren't, women just, sitting there like the old days, and guys, I love my wife, but oh, you kid. And I made mistakes in those days. I used to go over to the tables, you know, because the lounge business was changing. Newer people were coming in. They want to hear the Beatles and the Beach Boys, stuff they grew up with, and the old people were phasing out. But lounge life is still basically the same. Everything's made out of, you know, Satan red,
Yes.
you know, velvet, and it's dimly lit. And this couple calls me over. We'd like to buy you a drink. And I sit down. I'm having a drink. I said, "Thank you very much." And I said, "You know, this place is really strange. You know, it reminds me of the kind of place where men and women go to cheat on each other." And that's what they were doing.
They were swingers.
Yeah.
They were picking you up.
There were really such people, you know, swingers, that used to listen to Dusty Springfield and, you know, say, "Hey, he'd be fun."
That's why they bought you that drink, huh?
Yeah.
Well?
I would have nothing to do with them, because I'm pure.
Of course I see the halo. It's shiny. I like it.
Well, you know, it might be there for real. And then I had a chance to play with a lot of great people. I knew Aerosmith before they made their first album. We used to hang around. We played on the same bills.
Oh, wow.
And I went to this club in Revere, Massachusetts with my drunken bass player. And we had the same manager as Aerosmith, and he said to us, "You guys gotta go down and see Aerosmith." Like the back of his tongue was too big for his head. You know, and he had this slush mouth. And God rest his soul. But he would say, "You gotta go see Aerosmith. They're gonna be the next big thing." Blah, 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 blah. So we go over and we see this Aerosmith, you know, I'm sitting there watching, and me and my friend are both stewed, and I said, "This is the most ridiculous thing. These guys are banging into each other on stage, drunk. They're all out of tune." And I said, "They're never gonna make it."
You said that about Aerosmith.
Yeah, and I said, "And besides, what the kind of a name is Aerosmith?" You know, I didn't know what it meant.
Right.
So famous last words. But I did know them. And they lived in Brookline in an apartment all together. And a quart of beer was heaven in those days.
Oh, yeah.
We were just such urchins, you know. But we had that passion to express ourselves. Just like Comic-Con and Dragon Con.
Yeah.
Same thing. There's this freedom of expression that I don't remember having. I had to go out and fight for it, like by being a musician. It sort of gave you an excuse to
be different.
Wear clothes that you would get beat up in.
Right.
You know, walking around in.
So speaking of Dragon Con, what do you think about this? Is this your first year here? Is this your second, third? How many years have you been?
I was here in 2004.
Okay.
And I wasn't supposed to be here, and I was crashing panels. And I said, "So where do I set up my stuff?" And the guy goes, "Oh, over there. It's like another part of the hallway." And I said, "I don't belong here." Oh, and they stuck me on an autograph panel, and you know who got all pissy about it. You know, because I wasn't supposed to be there. But, well, anyway, I was invited this time.
This year is
so I feel much more comfortable, and I've become much more serene and peaceful since I met you.
Oh, yay.
Yeah.
Yay.
I mean, this is me being serene.
Well,
you
yeah, I like it.
Before.
I like it. So, Dragon Con is interesting. I would tell you what, this is my first Dragon Con.
Is that your phone number?
It is. So that's my personal cell phone number.
Yeah.
I think I already gave you one, didn't you?
I got it. You kidding? I stuck it in my wallet.
Stuck it right down in there with a quickness. This is my first Dragon Con.
It is?
It is. I have never been here before, and it is absolutely fascinating to me to see all the costumes. And I mean, what is it like for you? Because I'm obviously a totally different perspective. I'm watching the people. I'm interviewing people. You have these people coming to see you. What is it like?
I see people coming and see me in costumes of characters that I helped create.
How is that to you?
It's surreal, because my voice is always coming out of the television set or the radio, and it's surreal. I try to compartmentalize where it's not me.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I wouldn't enjoy anything. I'd be like hypercritical. I'd be hearing me, "You should have gone left. You know, why did you do that?" It's like you never want to give birth. If you're like obsessive about and passionate, I'd say, and more on the passionate side about what you do, you can't let anything go until it's absolutely perfect. But you and I both know that there's no such thing.
There is no such thing.
Yeah, nothing's perfect.
I have giant hands.
Not so much.
Yeah, I do. my ringtone is Big Hands, the Blister in the Sun.
Yeah?
Violet Fence, yeah.
Are those nails real?
Of course they are.
Really?
Yeah.
Now, do you get all crazy on Dragon Con? Do you dress up in
I haven't, and I didn't dress up at all.
Why?
I didn't. Because I was down here doing interviews and covering it, so I never had time to. But I tell you what, I'm going to be more prepared next year.
Oh, you ought to be.
Next year, I might even dress up.
You were asking me about
Yes.
people coming up in costume.
Yes, we
and
were.
all
That's
that.
where we were. We got sidetracked.
Because I'm heartwarmed because the characters, I did, let's see, I worked for Nickelodeon. I was in radio for quite a while. I worked with Howard Stern for a bunch of years.
Oh, but we got to get into that in a minute.
Yeah. Hey, Robin, I just farted.
And that sums it up. That's pretty much sums
That's
up
the
your...
show.
Yeah.
Yeah. What is this? Heineken. Heineken. It's good and junk, right? Yeah. So get down to your store and get some Heineken. We'll be back. All right, what is this? Cedars-Sinai Outpatient Alcohol Clinic. Hey, you think you've been on the sauce too long? Look at yourself. You got blood pressure city and you got juice bags under your eyeballs. You know, it's time to sober up and you know it. Now get down there to Cedars-Sinai. Okay, we'll be back after this. Comes back. What is this? Dr. Randall Sword, hair replacement. Hey, look at you. You're as bald as an egg. You know, and you want to get that hair back. Every guy that's bald puts a beard on and a goatee and a ring in his ear and, you know, thinks he has a look, but that's nowhere and you know it. So get on down there and get your hair back. And then he'll go, we'll be back. And then he'll come back and he'll go, what is this? And they'll say, you know, Dr. Sammy Tong, hair removal. You know, that kind of thing. Hey, look at you. You look like a big hairy ape. And, you know, it was like everything was diametrically opposed. But he was, God bless the sponsors and God bless what he did with them. I really liked Howard. He was a firebrand when I first came along.
And what year was that when you first started working?
That was 1990. 90. Yeah, 89, 90. And I was there till 95 and I left. And that's when I started doing the cartoon stuff. Nickelodeon hired me to do Doug, which was a real Nicktoon. Not the sucky Disney Doug.
No, the Doug.
Yeah, the real Doug.
And what else? Tell me. Let's name off some things.
Ren Stimpy.
Uh-huh.
And should I be doing these?
Hi everybody, my name is Doug Funny, and if it wasn't for me, Billy West would be driving a truck, full time. Loser, laugh it up, laughing boy, but you're gonna have to deal with me sooner or later.
And Ren and Stimpy was, you know,
Hey Ren, will you button me?
shut up, you fool! That should kill you! Come in, Twinkle Toes, and join the party and shut the door behind you. There. I did it. There, I said it.
Okay, tell me now. Obviously, I mean, we're talking Futurama. Tell me what else.
Fry, Philip J. Fry, pizza delivery boy. 25-year-old pizza delivery boy, and I'm in the year 3000 doing exactly what I did in the year 2000. Well, hello
Hello there.
Phil Lamar, as they say in radio.
Yes, I've just beamed in.
Nice to meet you. I'm Ange Alex.
Hi.
You know what I'm going to do real quick? I'm going to adjust that and make sure that you're in there.
Okay.
Yeah, let's get in this.
Let's make sure. We can scooch around. We're all friends here.
We're all friends.
you
We're
can-
here to help.
Is it? Let me see. Whoop.
I know
Whoop.
one thing. I'm going to be in my own.
You're going to be in that chair.
Is that for me?
The closer, the better.
Okay, let's see. Perfect. And look at you guys. So handsome.
Do you kiss with your eyes open or closed? Really?
Well, it depends on what I'm doing.
Does your leg kind of go? Does your leg kind of one leg?
No.
The TMI meter!
Does one leg kind of go up behind you?
If
as
I'm
you kiss?
standing,
You know.
You boys are
does it
bad.
really
How else does a
happen?
lady kiss?
let's just
Because this is all
this is off
on
record.
tape.
We'll talk
You know,
about
I was
this
planning-
after off record.
I was planning to go home tonight, but I'm in
You were
Atlanta.
cracking me up. Yeah, you're
Would
here.
you like to make fun with nice American boy?
Ooh, make fun.
Make
Ooh.
make the whoopee.
Oh, that's.
Were you not doing this before I got here?
I've been just farting around
See,
since I got to this
So,
convention.
so basically you need like a little competition before you step up your game.
That's right.
All right.
All right, let's.
You know,
let's
you
do
bad.
it.
All right.
Yeah, we all bad.
Oh, we bad.
Okay, well, okay, we're all off track now.
I'm
No, you're
sorry.
not. Is he in the
It's
shot
my
or
bad.
what?
It's my
I
bad.
love it. I love it. Tell me. Hello. Welcome
Hi,
again.
Phil Lamar.
Lamar,
I
thank
play
you for coming.
Hermes on Futurama.
Hermes on Futurama. And what else? What else are you doing? You're doing all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, currently working on Star Wars: The Clone Wars, doing Kit Fisto and Senator Bail Organa. The role originated by Jimmy Smits in the live-action version. We got a new Avengers cartoon coming out this fall. Avengers: Earth's Mightiest Heroes, unless they decide to shorten the name.
Which they might. You never know.
You never know. But I think they've printed up all the stickers.
Oh, okay. Then they have to stick with it, or somebody's gonna be going through with a Sharpie, crossing
Exactly.
it off.
Here you go, that's for you.
So I'm playing Jarvis and Wonder Man.
Oh, okay, okay.
You don't even read Marvel comics.
I don't, but did you see that? Did you see that? It was good. That was good for a second.
That was good. Pretty girl in the comic book shop.
I'm here for my boyfriend. He likes this sort of stuff.
Oh, that happens to me all the time. Guys come up and go, I love you, man. You helped me shape my childhood.
Can we say love?
Oh. I said, you know, you helped shape my childhood, all this, and I said, have you been to jail? and then it's always guys, though. One time at a convention, the most gorgeous, like one of those space dominatrixes with boots and a whip and a picture from Futurama. She comes over and she's all shy, and it's a mind blower because it's like diametrically opposed. And she's like, you know, like this stuff. And then
and you're melting.
And then, I said, you know, she comes over and she gets this picture. Will you sign this for me? You know, and I said, why, sure. You know, and I sign it and give it back to her, and she goes, my boyfriend's gonna go freaking crazy over this.
And your heart broke just then.
You know what? My heart is made of Kevlar, miss. You know, you can break it a few times, and then one day it knits together forever.
That's the cutest
And you
analogy
learn,
I've ever
and
heard.
you learn to individuate yourself from your partner or your love interest, and the two of you supplement each other.
Is that why you never asked for last names? What? I think I misunderstood. I'm sorry.
Didn't we meet under a bed in Pittsburgh?
Oh my God. Who's working on Penguins of Madagascar?
John DiMaggio.
Oh, okay.
You'll be talking to him, and
Okay.
he'll be pawing all over you just like I am.
Oh, well, that's,
I'm a masher, I'm sorry to tell you.
you know what? I'm having a good time. I'm not even, like, I feel comfortable. Very.
That's 'cause
I'm
we
a
have
smooth
He's like,
masher.
oh yeah.
Get real.
Oh, we're gonna get real.
I'm gonna put rose petals in your tub. I'm gonna put some bath salts. You'll
You
fade
guys
it.
are making me blush.
I'm gonna light it. I'm gonna
You
light
really
it.
are.
I'm gonna light a
I'm getting
candle.
warm.
I'm gonna bring you a glass of champagne, a mimosa, if you please. And then I'm gonna massage you with this beautiful, lovely oil. And then I'm gonna put my head between your ankles and go. Nice.
Okay, tell me how you got your start. Because we were already down that line.
We didn't even finish.
We didn't
But
finish
no,
yet.
but
we
we
didn't
gotta
finish
get
yet, but we
Phil.
have to get him in here
Yes,
too.
of course.
My very first professional acting job was a cartoon. When I was in high school, I did a voice on the Mr. T cartoon.
I remember that.
T!
That was a time when people figured, well, he's famous. He should have a cartoon.
Yes.
And a TV series. And a serial. And then a year later, all of those things were
Are gone. But you know, it comes in circles though, because he's come back again and then
That's
gone
true.
away and come back and gone away.
There's nothing sadder than a thinning mohawk. Gotta comb it up. Ooh, can you get a weave about this wide?
Get some more bedhead.
That's what it looks like.
Oh my God. And then what did you do next after this Mr. T?
Then I went to college, and then I came back
What did you study?
I studied English literature.
Did you? You're one of the smart kids.
Yeah, I'm one of those kids who can spell.
I like that.
Then I came back home to LA and started pursuing acting, and was doing mostly on camera. And then I did Mad TV, and we did. Is he touching you?
No.
I can
He's
touch
making-
without touching.
Yes, he was. See, he was touching with his eyes.
I was going.
He's a voice actor and an eye actor.
I saw that. I saw that. You lured me in with that eye just then. Did you see it?
That's fine.
So you went
Can I get an eye agency? I have a voice agency, an eye agency.
everything.
What if I was a porn star? I'd need a
Right, there you go.
Agent.
But actually, all
Sing.
agents are.
Boom.
But it's funny, because I always refer to on-camera stuff as face acting.
Face acting?
Well, after doing so much voice acting,
Oh, right,
sometimes
yeah,
I
of
go do
course.
some face acting.
Face acting.
You know, I just bounce back and forth.
Yeah.
Because that's really the difference. One,
Voice
you just use
acting's-
your voice. One,
Voice acting is way tougher than celebrities think it is. You know,
well,
they
it's
come
not the
in-
celebrities who don't think it's tough. It's the people who hire the celebrities who think it's easy.
Yeah,
Well, they talk in the movies all the time.
that's right.
Just get out there and do it.
They'll just
They
talk
get
in this
on and
in our
they-
cartoon.
They say, we'd like you to create this character, what should I do? Just be exactly who and what you are and bring that to the table. And there'll be no alchemy, no change, no magic, no nothing. But we need it. We love it when you flatline, when we listen to the soundtrack.
Roseanne, we just want you to be yourself.
I know. My heroes are artists, not celebrities.
Although the Paris Hilton cartoon looks like it's going to be really good. I'm teasing.
You know what? I would believe that.
No.
I
You know
would
what?
not.
I could not imagine. Can you imagine having to listen to Paris Hilton? I mean, listening to her and looking at her is
That's hot.
barely, you know,
Are we
doable.
talking about those getting out of the car
That's hot.
shots? Is that what we're talking about? When
No, I'm
looking at her
talking,
that?
I prefer her feature work.
That's hot. That's not
Seriously,
hot.
seriously.
Oh, you thought that?
Well, I do her in a jar.
No, seriously,
Hilton in a jar.
she's so much more expressive in her sex tape than in anything else she's ever been in.
We've
But then
never-
again, she doesn't talk a whole lot now.
No,
We've
they
never had her on
probably-
Futurama. We had Pam Anderson on.
Oh, cool.
I was
she's
sitting,
nice.
I was sitting right next to her, and I didn't know what the hell to say. You know, everybody was uptight. All the guys were like,
Yeah.
and I just said, Miss Anderson, I don't know if you know this or not. But let me take that again. I said to her, Miss Anderson, I don't know if you know this or not, but there's this tape going around. And everybody was like, you fool. You know, and she cracked up laughing. I mean, of course she's going to do this. She's not a stiff.
Yeah.
Apparently not.
So tell me how this works. You're talking about how hard it is to be a voice actor. What happens when you go into the studio? Do you guys all work together, or do you film your part separate and then you film yours, or you're all together so you can play off of each
Mostly.
other?
Yeah, on Futurama, the producers try to do group records, where they have microphones for each actor, and you sit in the room and you do your scenes together.
Okay, that makes it easier.
Which, well, for comedy, I think it's almost essential.
I would think so.
And
yeah.
the screwing around and riffing is sort of integral to the progress because, to the process rather. But David X. Cohen is the most patient guy in the world. He lets us go through our toddler tantrums and rants and this, that, and the other thing. And he'll go, okay. But then they might co-opt one stupid thing from that piece of business and say, hey, can you guys go with that a little?
Right. Well, you know, it's funny because there are some producers of animated shows who don't do that. They think it's more time efficient to record each actor by themselves just doing the lines. And on paper, it would seem like, it's like, well, how long does it take to have one guy do, 45 lines? You know, it seems like it takes longer than that to do all of them to do their 45 lines each at once because they talk in between, they distract each other. But the truth of the matter is you get more quality work in a shorter amount of time. And it's funny because you'll be watching a session, there'll be a lot of, guys who do it a lot. And we know each other, so we spend a lot of time kibitzing and talking. Like, it's like, well, hello, it's like, I'm Christopher Walken. It's like, oh, guys, we're getting ready to go. Okay. Boom. They lay it down. It's hilarious. Like, oh, great. Okay, we're moving on. And while they're turning pages, we go back and they're like, woo! My favorite person.
This is the same as a session, if you ask me. It's like I'm sucking all the oxygen out of the room, and you're like, hey, what do you know? Oh, Mork and Mindy. Whoa, 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 does this go up all the way up?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, look, suit from the Darwin collection.
But yeah, we do the lines basically as a break in
Yes.
between the riffing.
Well, I would imagine that would work a lot better, anyways. Just, I mean, how much of your improv do you actually use on the show? Any, or do you guys does it stay pretty scripted?
Now and then, somebody might lob an idea in because they actually ask for that. They want you to contribute more than you're contributing, and because they want you in on the process, and it might give them some serendipitous thing that they never thought of. God bless them. They're the greatest writers I ever saw in my life, and they're all like physicists and math majors. And why not? I mean, comedy written by comedy people. Television evidences that's kind of like, you know, mothballs. And but why not? You know, it's 2011 almost. Why not have scientists write comedy and stuff? Because they have a whole different take on everything. It's just they are intimidatingly funny. I almost feel stupid even attempting to riff in front of them. But Matt wants us to do that when we're doing DVD commentaries and stuff. He goes, "You guys just go
with it.
Go off." Because I feel like, you know what? I'm like a little pain in the ass. I think maybe I'm going to shut up this time.
Oh no.
And
He never does.
No, I you know what? I didn't believe it personally.
You know something? I'm like, if you really knew me, I go home and I have 2 cats, and I just play music in my room.
Till the wee hours of the night.
Yeah, and I return emails and stuff. I'm like little Johnny Jones, the boy next door,
Really?
at home. Yeah.
And then you leave in your superhero outfit, right out the door the next day to go work and make all these wonderful characters.
You can't bring it home with you. Somebody was asking us the other day about that. Do you guys go home and do voices for your girlfriends and stuff like that, your wives? And it's like, if I worked in a quarry, I wouldn't bring boulders home with me after work. You know, my rock collection.
That makes sense. Well, I think unfortunately, you guys, we have to wrap it up. We've been chatting for a while. It's been very nice.
We will have more time to chat, I'm sure of it.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to talk to me.
Thank you.
I'm going to give you a card too, and Emily a card, and I'll let you know when it's up, ready to go, once it's edited. Thank you so much.
Thanks to the fans, though. I really mean this sincerely. Thank you, the fans, because you brought the show back. We couldn't do anything, but they did.
That's right. That's
and
right.
internet plus people equals power.
It does.
And that's why they want to regulate the internet. People influencing the outcome of certain situations. Oh no.
No. Well, your
See,
fan did it. Oh my God. He's like, I'm not touching it. Not touching that one. Thank you so much for sitting down with me. I'm Angie Alex with the Backstage Beat.
The bravest girl in show business.
It's okay, now I'm going to go get your shots.
Yeah, exactly.